Hi, you guys. So I just wanted to let everyone know that the collagen squeezies from Whole Foods are fucking disgusting. Ugh, the smell is awful. Let me show you. One moment. Here it is. Oh my God, so yuck. I took like 2 swigs of it. Ugh. The texture, I just cannot. It's like it's just not good. So do not get that if you don't like it. I mean, if you don't have to. But with that being said, the stalkers are back in full force. Some black guy in a red SUV stalked me to the Whole Foods at Clybourne and Kingsbury. I believe it's Clybourne and Kingsbury. And I flicked him off and said to him, go away. And I put forth a very intentional, like I imagined like a force field shooting out of my hand, surrounding him in a frozen matter. And I said, like this, with a push. And then guess what happened? I moved around to the Whole Foods at Cicero and Peterson. This one's not bad. REBBL, re-BBL, like get another BBL. I've never had a BBL before, but I prefer thin. The body that I have now is the one I prefer. Maybe just like, I have an hourglass shape, So, but I just don't have like a big fat, I don't want that. So, I never want to have that again, ever in my life. I don't find anything about that to be desirable. I think it's really gross. And I actually regret thoroughly ever having that, ever. I think that it's a sexualized kind of body build. It's a body build that's not associated with any identity other than sex. So I don't like it, at all, in any way, shape, or form. And I would rather be in the body that I'm in right now. I like this body. I feel great here. I like having like a really cute, small but perky butt and a flat tummy and small breasts. I just wish that my breasts were a little more like filled with volume at the top, because I told you guys, I'm 99% sure that they stole volume out of my breasts and put it in Xavier's breasts. I'm not kidding. From one day to the other, I woke up, I went to sleep, I was a C, a full healthy C cup. I woke up the next day and Xavier was a full healthy C cup and I was a no cup. I have like an A now, or like a B, which is fine. I would just like a little more volume at the top, maybe with some, sort of, I don't know, something, I'm sure. But no, definitely, I do not ever in my life want to have a BBL. I think it is one of the most just sexualized, but like not in a cute way. I do like the shape of my body, hourglass, and I do like my long legs. Like I have like legs for days. I'm 5'9" without any high heels on, and my legs are just really like muscular and shapely. I'm very, very strong from my legs. I can press 5 45-pound plates on each side for 12 reps, no problem. And always have been able to for the last several years. I am a beast with my legs. Like I am strong as fuck with my legs. My arms, super lean. Like I don't have any hangy skin or anything like that. Like I'm, I've never been fat. The highest I've ever weighed was 200 pounds when I was 9 months pregnant, with my son, or with Vivi, and I'm 5'9". Now I weigh 123. I always gained between 60 and 80 pounds during my pregnancies, every single one of them. And I've had 4 of them. Because I just don't force myself to really do much of anything that causes discomfort. And because my weight is so heavy in the front, I always get risk of cervical incompetency, which causes the baby to be born early if you don't go on bed rest. So I had to go on bed rest with Alexis and with Weston, so that they weren't born early. And when I didn't go on bed rest with the twins, they died at 16, between 14 and 17 weeks. I think it was 16 weeks, but it might have been, I don't know. I don't remember. So rest in peace to Ruby and Rafa. That's what we were going to name them. I already had their names picked out. It was going to be Vivi, Lewis, Alexis, Ruby, and Rafa. But now it's Vivi, Lewis, Alexis, Weston. And yeah, so anyways, I am doing some secret shopping now. I'm trying to find the Secret Shopper application. I signed up with a new application. However, the Secret Shopper application is the application that I have a balance on, meaning they owe me money. And so I'm trying to re-download, but my new phone, so I have the iPhone and then I also have the Galaxy, so that I could be in a position to understand the technology of both operating systems. So I have this phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy. And I just traded in those 2 iPhones, the green one and the black one that Xavier found at the Northbridge Mall. Everyone thinks that those phones are Dylan's and someone else's, but I haven't seen Dylan since 2021, so I don't know why they would think that I would have his phones. And they wanted the phones really bad because they think that he knows some fraud secrets, so they wanted to like download what's going on his phone so that they could find out the fraud secrets. But this is my Galaxy phone. I need a new iPhone. So if there's anyone sponsoring this set of circumstances and what they've been doing to us thus far, you know, they deleted my other Insta. So the day-to-day like journal vlogging and all of that, they deleted it. The My brand is not for sale. They fucking deleted it. Do you guys know how many brands I have built that they just steal from me? I don't know what to do. I'm not going to get upset about it right now. I'm very, very worked up at this moment. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what to do with regards to, I fired my therapist. She was blatantly gaslighting yesterday. So I have a new therapist that will be starting in the next week. I have within the same, well, it's not the exact same group, but it's an affiliated group that I, learned about. I do not and am not interested in maintaining any sort of relationship with anyone who is going to engage in any gaslighting with me. But quite frankly, I know that the only people who can help me for real are very wealthy, very, very wealthy, mostly men, who will be able to parent me from the mindset of everything I know. So it can't be like I'm just a young girl, treat me like I'm brand new to life. I'm not a young girl. I have 4 decades of experience in a lot of heavy shit. I need some older man with technological understanding, a lot of patience, but almost radical belief systems that go all the way to the farthest point of common sense, and then come all the way back, and then go all the way over to the other side. Because right now I'm here, right? This is the norm, and this is where I'm at on both sides. All here. This is my territory. I need to be in this territory, back and forth, through all the way to the right, all the way to the left. And the only way I can learn those things is by having people who know those things. I can't understand them if I cannot know them. So anyhow, Xavier is downtown, and I am in the suburbs again for a while. I do really very much, whoever coordinated the arrangements last night, I would like to say thank you very much. Living conditions for last night. I fell asleep like a baby and I slept all the way through with no wake ups, and my body did not hurt as a result of the sleep that I had. I am grateful. Also, I had a conversation with 3 young men yesterday. I never get to converse with anyone unless they're a registered person or someone handing me someone's greasy fucking food to go deliver it to them. So thank you very much for those 3 young men who stopped to talk to me. Xavier and I were glad to meet you. Young women, if you are coming up to me in the street, tapping on the glass of my window like I am a fish or a snake or a gerbil in a cage, and it is midnight and I am fucking exhausted and I can barely keep my eyes open, please don't be offended when I tell you to fuck off. I will probably say something along those lines. I will never tell anyone to fuck off unless I have got nothing left to give. So if I tell you to fuck off, please don't take it personally like I don't like you. Please. I probably do like you. It's just that I'm fucking tired and I can't take it anymore. You know? If you don't know, you're lucky that you've never been that tired. Like, you're very lucky. And so I eliminated the word fuck from my vocabulary. The higher authority that was helping me with the music detox and the media detox and the taking ownership of the influence that I permit into my energy, etc., and so forth. They helped me omit the F word from my vocabulary, which I really liked, but something happened over the last 4 weeks since I got removed from my apartment. There's been a lot of things happening that are making me have these regressions in certain areas. So not regressions like, I'm doing, certain things, but I am having some other certain things, So anyhow, the point is, I feel like until I'm able to get into my own house, I'm really going to continue to be subjected to these intrusions on my peace, and bothersome, sets of concerns. I was under the impression that I already had laser removal of hair from my face, legs, arms, from my whole body. I've not had hair on my body in quite some time. Now I have hair again. I don't know what's going on. It's a little scary. I've noticed it coming on my face, on my arms, on my legs, on my belly button. So I don't really know what's going on with that. And then I told you guys the breast situation. They took all the volume out of my breast and gave it to Xavier in a fat transfer. And he's like, well, you would know. No, dude, you wouldn't know. Not if they fucking pulled your power plug and left you just laying there like a fucking dead body and transferred your fat to some motherfucking doll and left you there with small, flat, pancake-sized BAs when you're supposed to have a full C. And then the last thing I'll address is, you guys are such dicks when you say, I don't use that word. I love my followers. I love my supporters. And I value opinions of others, even if they're different than my own, when they're presented to me in a way that is non-confrontational and productive in nature. a lot of people think that what I need is to be alone, and that's not what I need. I've been alone as like the adult in the situation my entire life. When I was 11, I was a certified babysitter. I was taking care of everyone. I need to rest and relax with a husband who is not a weird fucking creep, who is capable of caring for me in a way that allows me to not be worried that he's going to do something fucked up. A loyal man. That's what I need. But anyways, and Xavier could be that if you let him, but you never do. You let him and allow him to cater to the needs of any and every other individual, and I continue to suffer and fucking try to find, you know, what is going on with him. And here's the more fucked up part. I am not a lesbian. I do not enjoy being followed or harmed by lesbians. I do not want lesbians around me. Please. I am not a lesbian. Just a man. One of them. Ideally. Drink my immunity and my collagen. And shout out to the lady who gave me a piece of supreme pizza yesterday. It was delicious. I ate the entire thing. It was sausage, green pepper, mushroom, which I usually don't eat mushrooms. I usually hate mushrooms. Something happened yesterday and I liked them. I don't know. And so I ate almost the entire piece. I left like this much left, but the rest was delicious. That was my only meal that I had yesterday. And the day before, the only meal I had was a skinny turkey tom with bacon from Potbelly. So I've been having one meal a day and some seeds, and I'm super grateful. I feel like that is something that I should maintain, one meal a day and some seeds. And then I'm just trying to kind of reshape and re-engage and get a little more abdominal definition. I'm 5'9", on my flat feet without wearing any shoes or heels. I used to be 5'8.5", but then I started exercising and stretching, and I turned into 5'9". I'm not even kidding. And so while I was pushing the carts and going through all of that hell, I lost about a half of an inch, and then I started resubmerging. I did a float therapy session for an hour. I did Pilates. I did bar. I did a bunch of stretching. I did weightlifting, and I did hanging from TRX with shoulder suspension on a number of occasions. And I got the half inch back. So I'm back to 5'9". So anyways, that's about it. I am going to run into Ulta, and then I need to get back into the Secret Shopper app, because the one that I'm doing right now is like, they want me to make purchases and then go make returns. And also the Mariano's on Lawrence is definitely reheating their hot foods, which is such a fucking bummer. That used to be my favorite Mariano's. They were so fucking ignorant to me when I went in there yesterday to check on the food quality. I grabbed a little piece of sausage. I bought some blooms and some other stuff while I was in there just for myself, but I grabbed a little piece of sausage because the ladies, I asked her, I'm like, hi, do you guys cook your food every day? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then I was like, so you cooked this? And then I looked at it again. It looked really bad. So I like asked one more time. I'm like, so you cooked this today? And some like fucking busybody, Tammy looking bitch is standing behind her. And she's like, the girl's like with another attitude, like, yeah. And I'm like, so you cooked this today? Like I started like getting like irritated. Like this lady is fucking lying directly to my eyes. It looks like crunchy and like old as fuck. Like there's like black spots on it and it's like nasty. And that Tammy looking bitch is like, excuse me to the manager. She's being very rude to her. And I was like, I'm like, hi, you must be the manager. Yes, my name is Heather. I do some secret shopping in the area, and I was just checking on the hot food here. It looks like this hasn't been cooked recently. You know, I don't know, you know, what she means by being rude, simply by asking if the food was cooked today. I wasn't being rude. I was asking if the food was cooked today. But you know, I'll be removing myself from the situation because I'm here to check if your food has been cooked today, not if you want to have an argument. So you guys have a great day, and I want to thank you for your service. And then I just went to the checkout and like paid my bill and left. But it was just ridiculous. Like, they do not ever miss my presence. You know, everywhere I go, they know that I'm there, and they are just really involved in whatever it is that I've got going on from moment to moment. So it makes you wonder, you know, what sponsors are the sponsors? And then I don't get crow's feet. I've had 1,000 mLs of Restylane, Reviness, Juvederm. I don't get wrinkles in my forehead. I have an actual device in my forehead that tightens things up. So I do not have these problems. All of a sudden, they want to make me feel insecure, or their wife feels insecure that I'm a beautiful doll and that they are human beings. And so they start fucking with me real bad and saying that I have crow's feet and all this other stuff. Then I go into Whole Foods and tell me why all of the fucking marketing is targeted to crow's feet. What the fuck? Fuck you. You know? If I've had 1,000 mLs of filler and filler doesn't dissolve, it migrates, then my face should look like $1 million with or without the device. And most days it does. So for the inconsistent assholes that are trying to exploit or extort. Oh, and then some kid at the 7-Eleven yesterday dumps out this huge bag of quarters, and I'm like, what the fuck? They start telling me OTL that every single time they created a fake sensor issue, and I had to put $2 to $3 of quarters in this bullshit ass machine, that they donated that money to some kid. Meanwhile, my own 18-year-old son called me 2 nights ago, Mom, can you send me $12? I'm like, oh my God, no. Like, I can't send shit right now. They disconnected all of my delivery apps. I have to go bag wash if he could. All right, I'm going into Ulta now. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully no one follows me in here. But it does feel like I'm being followed again, just for the record. And yeah, Xavier, I think, is at the Four Seasons, you know, relaxing. I don't know what goes on with his shopping cart when he's over there. I find it very frustrating that he will not get rid of the shopping cart entirely, but whatever's going on, you know, I guess is going on, and I don't even know. But for any stalkers who have been stalking me, I would like you to know that I do not want you to stalk me anymore. And for anyone who has the ability to take me to get the fuck away from here and never come back and never be subjected to the exploitation of these losers ever again in any way, shape, or form, please just know that I am 100% on the record. I am 100% willing to be kidnapped, escaped, disappeared, as long as you're not, and this needs to go on the record and be heard by my advocates, as long as you're not going to harm me in any way, rape me in any way, or do anything to me that I cannot say, yes, this feels good and I'm willing to do it, then I'm willing to be escaped from this situation, and you have consent. But you cannot be a stalker or a fucking creep. If you've been stalking me and creeping on me and you scare me, then don't you dare kidnap me. All right, you guys, I'll check back in later. Oh, and then the gas station that I really want to work at, because there's 2 gas stations that I really, really want to work at. Both of them have like glass boxes around me, so no one could ever get me, you know? I mean, bulletproof. And I like that for a job. You know, I like interacting with people and whatnot. So I applied to 3 of them that they all have bulletproof boxes. And they hired me, but I didn't have my social security card. So I had to go to, well, I had my social security card, but someone stole it. So I'm fully expecting and anticipating that whoever my husband is, you know, wherever Xavier went, really, he's going to pop up in some other guy's body. And he's just going to already have my passport since they stole my fucking social again. And he's just going to take me out of the country and take me on some fucking French Riviera and take me to some place where they move around in boats and shit, you know, because this is just obscene, you know, and I haven't seen Weston since April, and I haven't seen my big kids. So it's like, why am I here? You know, my children are the only reason I have to be here. If I'm not able to be a mother to them, why am I here? You know, that's just how I feel. So anyways, yeah, that's about it. And I would like to take a shower today, which would be fabulous. I've only been able to shower twice since I left my apartment. What is that? I don't know. And then, also someone broke the safety pin off of my mom necklace, and that is really bothersome. So I don't have any memory of it. I put a golden safety pin on the clasp of my necklace just because I was afraid that the clasp might be a little flimsy, and I wanted to have like backup. And when I woke up in the morning, the day after, I was explaining that someone put the Forever Infinity bracelet on my wrist while I was asleep at the Freehand Hotel, and then took it off like 6 months later. I don't know where it is. Someone else stole it. While I'm asleep, this is taking place. So if you can fucking take a safety pin off of my necklace, then you can put $1,000 into my bank account or a fucking real. Oh.